The One Man Airforce. They said no man could fight a war alone. But on a smoky spring morning in 1945, over the war-ravaged skies of Germany, a battered P-51 Mustang dove into a swarm of enemy fighters with no backup, no wingman, and no chance of survival. At the stick was Captain Eli "Hawk" Mercer, a man who had lost his squadron, his brother, and his fear. By sunset, the Luftwaffe would call him something else. The One Man Airforce. This is the story of the man who refused to die quietly and took the sky down with him. Captain Eli Mercer had flown 48 combat missions over Europe. Once a quiet Iowa farm boy, he had become one of the deadliest pilots in the 357th Fighter Group. They called him Hawk, not just for his vision, but for his instinct. He hunted in silence, then struck with fury. But now, he was flying solo. On April 9, 1945, during a routine bomber escort mission over central Germany, his entire squadron was ambushed. 12 Mustangs went in. Only Mercer came out. He didn't speak much after that. Just flew. Took the next mission. And the next. Refused leave. Refused grief. But he remembered one thing: the enemy squadron insignia painted on the Focke-Wulf 190 that took down his brother, Lieutenant Tom Mercer. Black Wolf on red flame. That morning, reconnaissance spotted a German airfield near Weimar, home to the elite JG-300 Red Wolves. The same unit. It wasn't his mission. But Eli Mercer didn't wait for permission anymore. The Mustang's Merlin engine roared across the sunrise. Below, endless waves of shattered farmland and smoking ruins passed by. Eli checked his fuel, ammo, oxygen. All systems green. He banked south, alone. Radio silence. At 8:43, German radar picked him up. He wanted them to. By 8:51, 4 FW-190s scrambled to intercept. He saw them before they saw him. Diving from 20,000 feet, he cut across their formation like a knife through paper. The first kill came easy. Eli's .50 calories shredded the tail of the lead plane, sending it spiraling into the trees below. He snapped up into a barrel roll as tracer fire stitched past his wing. The sky lit up in smoke and bullets. 3 against 1. The next minutes were a dance of speed and death. Eli hugged the clouds, using the Mustang's speed to slash and run. He took a hit to his wing. Control stiffened. Oil pressure dropped. He didn't stop. 2 more kills. But 190 remained. It limped off toward the airfield, trailing smoke. Eli followed. Below him stretched the Weimar airfield, half camouflaged, half ruined. But the hangars were full. Dozens of planes. Trucks. Fuel depots. This wasn't just a base, it was a nerve center. He descended. Anti-aircraft guns opened up. Flak tore the air. One exploded just under his tail, ripping off part of his rudder. Eli didn't pull away. He dropped to treetop level. Strafed the fuel depot. The explosion mushroomed skyward, engulfing the east hangars in fire. He looped back. Hit the parked planes. Bullets found wings, cockpits, fuel lines. 4 more fighters tried to scramble. He shot 2 before they left the ground. But his Mustang was bleeding. Smoke curled from the nose. Engine coughing. Left aileron limp. He was out of ammo. He banked toward the last hangar. And then he saw it. The red-flamed Wolf. Painted on the nose of a black 190. The same plane. The black 190 shot into the sky, piloted by Oberst Victor Kruger, the Luftwaffe's last ace, the same man who'd killed Tom Mercer. They met head-on over a burning sky. Eli's plane coughed. His ammo was gone. But he didn't flinch. Kruger opened fire, missed. Eli rolled under him, used gravity to dive, stall, spin, dodging on instinct. He knew he had seconds before Kruger circled back and finished him. So he did the unthinkable. He climbed. Straight up. The engine screamed in protest. At stall altitude, with his Mustang nearly dead, he spun the aircraft in a controlled stall turn and dove, lining up his nose with Kruger's flight path. No guns. Just wings. They closed. Kruger fired. Too late. Impact. The Mustang's wing ripped into the black 190's tail. Both planes spiraled together in a tangled blaze. Eli pulled the emergency release. The canopy blew. He ejected into fire, smoke, sky. Eli hit the ground hard in a cratered wheat field. German soldiers from a nearby bunker ran to him, but stopped when they saw the fireball still falling from the sky. The two wrecks burned together, tangled in death, smoke painting the sky black. The base was ruined. 11 enemy aircraft destroyed. A command center incinerated. And their last ace gone. They didn't shoot Eli. They stared. One officer whispered, "Ein Mann Luftwaffe." The One Man Airforce. Allied troops reached the site 2 days later. They found Eli alive, broken leg, 3 cracked ribs, but breathing. The medics said it was a miracle. His superiors called it reckless. His men called it legend. Eli Mercer never flew another combat mission. He returned home to Iowa with medals he never wore and stories he never told. But at the old hangar on his farm, he built a replica Mustang. Flew it every spring at sunrise. Alone. When asked if he ever regretted that day, he'd smile faintly and say, "You don't fly into hell for revenge. You do it so no one else has to." In every Air Force legend, in every history book, in every whispered tale of war, they still remember the man who fought an entire airfield. Alone. And won.